start from scratch with the VPS, because so far we have done testing and examples, and we have tried to learn our hand. So it is better to start from scratch, and because from now on we will continue with Docker scripts. So if we go to the details of the server, there is one option, rebuild, where we can install the Debian from scratch. We can install Debian 13 again and then reinstall everything from scratch. So select this one and click rebuild. I'm not doing it right now. And after doing the rebuild, we have to set up the SSH keys from scratch, access with SSH keys from scratch, and we have to install the firewall, etc., and install Docker and Docker Compose and Docker scripts again. But there is also this script that can be downloaded from this URL. So this script is called VPS setup. And if we run this script on the VPS, it will do most of the configurations that we have done so far automatically. And it will install fail to ban, firewall D, customize the prompt, colorized ls, fix Vim background, install some utilities, install Docker, install Docker scripts. So all of these are functions that are defined. So one thing that cannot be done automatically is to set up the passwordless SSH connection with public-private keys, changing the port, etc. So instead, another thing is to start from the snapshot. So we made a snapshot, I hope, at the beginning, after initializing the server. I hope everybody did it. And now we can rebuild based on this snapshot. And if we build from the snapshot, then whatever we did to configure and to set up the server at the beginning will still be there. So we can still access with the same SSH key, hopefully, and we will not have to do lots of configurations. So we will just start again from the beginning, from the scratch. So let's hope that it does not take too long. And after starting from scratch, the first thing we will do, we'll install a Wireguard container. Now, what is Wireguard? Wireguard is a VPN. And a VPN can be used in several cases or in several situations. One of the cases is that, for example, we are in an internet cafe or in some public network. So we are connecting to Wi-Fi, but it is not our Wi-Fi. It is somebody else that we don't know. And we are connecting to the internet through this connection. It is not safe to do this because somebody can sniff our connection, so which URL we are accessing, and if we don't use HTTPS, then they can also see the content of the pages, the password, the username, password, etc. So in general, it is not a good idea to do this. What we can do instead is that we can set up a VPS on our PC or on our phone. And when we set up a VPS, we make a connection to our server. So the contact point will be on our server, on our VPS. And our PC will will connect to our server, and from our server it will access the internet. Now, this is safe because it is safer because in our server it is us that manage the server, so we are sure that nobody is, or maybe the ones who provide the VPS can sniff our traffic, but this is a small risk. It is not a big risk. And the connection between the PC or the phone and the VPS is encrypted. It is inside a secure VPN tunnel. So some hackers that want to sniff our connections cannot understand what is going on. It is encrypted connection. It looks like garbage. So how we can do it? We will see now. It is not very difficult. It is easy. Server 1 is started. Let me try to access it. Okay, I made the snapshot after making the SSH configuration. So I'm able to access it with the same key as before. So this is fine. And actually I used SSH because Mosh was, we installed Mosh later. I installed Mosh after making the snapshot. So I have to install it again. Firewall CMD. I think we need to open some ports for Mosh so that we can access it. Let me try to access it with Mosh. So by default, Mosh uses a UDP port between 60,000 and 61,000. So let me try to open these ports on the firewall. $60,000, 61,000 UDP. Firewall CMD, list all. Yes, but I want to make it permanent so that next time that VPS is restarted or rebooted, it will still be open. This port. Okay, success. And let me try with Mosh again. I have connected. And now let me start Tmax. I think Docker is not installed yet. So it was not installed when we made the snapshot. So let me install quickly Docker and Docker Compose and also Docker scripts. So I'm done with Hetzner interface and installing Docker. or I can use this script here. Actually, let me download this script and run it again. It will be easier. Okay, MariaDB is not installed. It's not installed. So this is the script, VPN setup. I think fail to ban is already installed, so I can comment out this. Prompt is also customized. It doesn't work. I can run again install utilities. If they are installed, it is not a problem. So install utilities, these are already installed, but we can try to install them again, no problem. And then install Docker. And install Docker scripts, and then install Docker script. Save. Let me try this. It is also doing an update and upgrade. So I'm done with this, and keep the local version. It is the configuration of OpenSSH server that we have modified. Oops. Okay, we can download we can pull Docker script is installed. ds pull the scripts of Wireguard. I'm opening another window here. and the scripts of Wireguard are here. So if we look at Docker file, I have connection problems. So we were looking at Docker file. It is based on TXT, and it is just installing these tools, Wireguard and a couple of other tools, and also these helper tools. Very, very simple. This has some settings, but we don't. Right now. Now we can go to the other window. I can initialize a directory for Wireguard. ds init, Wireguard, and I will call the directory VPN 1, virtual private network. It is this one here. And we see the settings. So we see that this variable public IP should be VPS, and actually this is the correct one. How did it find it out? Let me check. Yes, this is the IP of my VPS. And when I did ds init, when the initialization step was done, this settings was also and it found the public IP and placed it here. So this works because in this directory misc there is this script init.sh, which is run during the initialization step. So when I run ds init, it also executes this script if it is present. And here it finds the public IP in this variable. This is a function defined by the framework, by Docker scripts, get public IP, which finds the public IP of the VPN into this variable. And then with sed, the file settings.sh is modified so that it contains the correct public IP. Another modification is this random Wireguard port. So it finds a random port between this and this, which is unused. And it is placing it into this variable, Wireguard port here. And also HTTPS port, but this is not important. And it also copies this script to the current directory. So this is the public IP, and this is a random port for Wireguard. And there are some other settings, but for the case that we want to use Wireguard, we should make sure that this is allow internet access has the value yes. This is the default value, and so this is fine. So let me build the container with ds make. So I'm having a look at this script, Wireguard 0, and the usage is just up or down. It takes a command up or down, and it is executing this function up if the command is up, and then it executes the command down when it executes the function down when the command is down. And this script is making some modifications in the firewall with IP tables, in the firewall of this container, not the firewall of the VPS of the server, not the firewall of the host, but the firewall of this container. So if this variable allow internet access is yes, then if the input interface is WireGuard 0, the forward is accepted. And if the output interface is Ethernet 0 of this container, then it is masquerading, which is network address translation. And it is also looking at this setting, client to client. If client to client is different from yes, which means that clients should not communicate with each other. So we can have more than one VPN client, and they access the internet. Yes, because we allow internet access each other. Yes or no? If they are our clients, for example, one of the clients is my laptop, the other client is my iPhone, for example, or smartphone. The other client is another laptop. Then why not? They can access each other. I can use this setting, client to client, yes, to allow these are clients of different people, so one client is for one person, another client is for another person, then they better should not be able to access each other. They can access the internet through the VPN, but they should not access each other. So in the case that they should not access each other, then the script is adding this rule here. Anton has a question. The firewall.
Yes, I think I solved it. Well, it was a stupid question, right?
Not a stupid question. Let me read it. No question is stupid. Guard ports, right? Wireguard 0.sh does it with the IP tables. Yes, the firewall of the host does not interfere with the port here. So the building is finished. Let me have a look again at this. So this is the port that is being used for WireGuard. So the clients are using this port to connect the WireGuard server. And this port will be opened in the firewall by Docker. So Docker is going to open this port in the firewall. So we don't need to make any configuration in the firewall of the host of the server, because Docker will make sure that this port is open. And actually, Docker is forwarding that port. It is forwarding it to this port inside the container. So as far as the configuration of the container is concerned, so it is this port that is being used. So we can write the rules, the firewall rules inside the container for this port, which is a standard one. Anyway, and also here we have this allow internet access, yes, so that the clients can access the internet through this WireGuard VPN. But we have commented this client to client. So right now the clients should not be able to access each other. So let's try. Now that we installed it, we have to add some client configurations, and we can do it with the command ds client. So we can manage the clients with this command ds client, and ds client. We can add the client, we can list existing clients, and we can delete a client. So let me try to add a client. I need a client name. Let me say test1, for example, and a client IP. And this we don't need it for the time being. It is for some other use cases. So let me use as IP 192.168.100.1. So I can use any IP here. It doesn't matter. So I can choose any network, any IP. It is fine. So it is printing the configuration for the client here, but it is also listing it. So the configuration of that client is in this file, clients test1.conf. Let me create another client, client add test2 with this IP. And if I list the content of the directory clients, now I see these two configurations. This is listing the existing client, so test1 with this IP and test2 test2 with this other IP. Now I have to transfer this configuration to the first client and this one to the second client. So I can do it with copy paste. For example, the most easy way, if this client is my machine, my PC, my laptop, for example. So I have a test client here, and how to set up the VPN in this client. First of all, I have to install Wireguard. This is Debian, by the way. It is Linux Debian. So I have to install the package Wireguard. And now I have to transfer the configuration of the VPN client. So I will open the configuration. And I will make a copy paste here. Now this is the configuration file. How can I start the VPN? I can use the command wireguard quick. Up. So this is going to start the VPN setup based on this configuration, the WireGuard setup. And if I look at the addresses, I also see this IP now, and this is the name of the interface. It is a WireGuard interface named after the configuration file here, and this is the IP. And let me see whether I can use this connection. This is a generic IP that every client can access on the server, on the WireGuard. So it seems like it is responding. Now let me ping. So I can access the internet from this client, but how do I know whether I'm accessing it as usual or I'm accessing it through the VPN? I can do a trace route. So let me install traceroute. And try traceroute. So we can see how we are going to this IP. First of all, we go to this IP, and then to the rest. So we know that this IP is of WireGuard, so it is going through the WireGuard connection. But let us try another way to verify that we are actually accessing the internet through the VPN. We can use, for example, curl -4 So this address is providing a service, which is telling us what is our public IP. Public IP is the IP through which we are accessing the internet, and it is telling me that my public IP is this one, and this one is actually the public IP of my VPS, of my server. Or so this is the public IP of my server, of my VPS, and now I see that I'm accessing the internet through this IP. So the connection goes first to my VPS, from the client to the VPS, and then from the VPS to the internet. And now let me shut down the connection. So I used WireGuard quit up to start it and down to stop it. Now the VPN connection is stopped. Let me try again to get the public IP. Now the public IP is a different one. So I'm accessing the internet through the normal gateway now. But if I start, the VPN and I get the public IP, now I'm accessing the internet through WireGuard as gateway. So I'm going first to the WireGuard server, and from the WireGuard server going to the internet. And the connection from the client to the WireGuard server is encrypted. So I think it is working. The VPN connection is working. Now, starting and stopping it like this. So I want to start it, if I want to start it all the time. So whenever I start my client, I want the VPN connection to start automatically. How can I do it? I can do it by moving this file. First of all, move this file to the directory. So I'm going to move it to this directory. And when it is, when the configuration file is in this directory, I can start and stop using only this name. For example, I just say test1, and it will find out the configuration test1.conf into this directory, and we'll use this configuration. Okay, it is already up, so let me say down. So I don't need to specify the full path of the configuration file, just the name of the configuration file. And now I can do something else. System control, enable. I'm enabling this as a service. And now I can say start. And status. So it is running, and if I look at the IP, if I look at the list of IPs, I also see this test one here with this IP. And now this is running as a service, and whenever I restart the computer, it will automatically start the VPN connection as well for this client. Now let me do the same thing for another client. So I have a second client here. I install first the Wireguard package. Is still installing it, and if we look at the content of the configuration file, it is not very long. Actually, it is quite simple. This is the address that we are assigning to this client. This is a private key that encrypts the communication with the Wireguard server. I'm also telling it to use these DNS servers with this Wireguard connection. And this is the configuration of the local interface, and this is the configuration of the peer. Peer, in this case, is the server, the Wireguard server. We have the public key of the server for encrypting the communication, and a pre-shared key as well. And this is the IP of the VPN server, of the Wireguard server. And this is the random port that we configured. So the endpoint is on this IP and this port. And there are also these other configurations that modify how this connection is set up. So let me check here. The installation of Wireguard is finished. Copy, paste. And then I'm going to move this client, this configuration file to this directory. And then system control, enable. Wireguard quick at client 2. And then start. If I look at the address, I see that I have also this IP that is assigned to this client. And the corresponding IP from the first client is this one, .1. So let me see if I can connect to the first client. So it doesn't work. So from the second client, I cannot access the first client. And this is because of this configuration on settings. Because this client to client is commented. So let me try to uncomment this and save. And restart the container. Restart the container. And now let me try to access the other client again. It is not working. Let me try to rebuild the container. Now let me try again to ping the other client. It has the IP 1. And now I can ping the first client from the second one. Now let me try to ping the second client from the first one. So both of the clients can ping each other. And there are also some other settings. In this case, when we want clients to ping each other, or when we want to access one client from another client through the VPN, in this case, we should also enable this keep alive period. Because the way that WireGuard works is that if it is not used, if the WireGuard connection is not used, then it expires. The connection to the server expires, and it is reconnected again next time that you want to access the internet, for example. It makes the connection again. But if it is not used for some time, the connection to the server expires. But this means that if we try to access this client from another client and the connection of this client has expired, then we will not be able to access it. And this keep alive period sends a keep alive package periodically through each 25 seconds, for example, just to keep the WireGuard connection alive. But there is another problem that this modification that I made on settings.sh will be used for the new clients that I will create. But for the existing clients, this is already set. It is 0, persistent keep alive 0. So for the existing clients, I have to modify their configuration file manually. So not the one on the server, because it is not used. The clients use the copy of the configuration file that is downloaded to them. So for example, at the first client here, I have to change this, for example, to 25. And then okay, let me try manually. Down client 1. Oh, it is test 1. It is called test 1. And then up again. And now it should be using the new configuration. So I modify the configuration of the second client as well. And then stop and start it again. Now, I want to create another client configuration for the smartphone, for example. And I do it again with DS client add. Phone 1, and let me use another IP address here. And I have another configuration. Now, how do I transfer this to this configuration to the smartphone? The smartphone has an app named WireGuard that can be installed, and I can share this configuration file with a QR code. DS share. So I'm trying to share the configuration of client phone 1 as a QR code. And it is displaying this QR code here, but it goes out of the page because the screen is small. So I'm going to make the font smaller. So the full QR code. And now I can scan it with the smartphone. So the application for WireGuard has the option to read the configuration file from the QR code. And I can scan it from this QR code.